Hello, my name is Asha, and this is Asha's Movies, and today we're going to just be going through a few DVDs that I've picked up. This is kind of a special video because I think it's been about a year since I obviously have had this channel now because we're in March, and it's been a year since I actually made the channel and uploaded my first video to do with movies. It's quite special to me that we are able to do this, and that my collection has grown by such an amount in these past few years. Obviously, thanks to all of you who have supported me this far on the channel. Otherwise, I probably would have quit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm also really happy that we have reached 150 subscribers. I'm really thankful for that. Some sad news before we get started. Then, if you are obviously a fan of movies and just physical media altogether, make sure you guys do follow and subscribe. Follow me on my TikTok, which has recently hit 150 subscribers. 150 followers. But the sad news I wanted to tell you guys is, if you haven't already heard, which you probably have if you are obviously looped in on the movie news, is that the famous Chuck Norris has died at the age of 86. So this was due to a unforeseen medical emergency, and obviously no information has been released yet. When there is information released, I'll obviously update my Discord to the information, because that's where I normally tend to put stuff like that on there. But yeah, he has passed away at the age of 86. There's been loads of memes about his karate his martial arts, and his films and shows in general. I personally loved him from the show Walker Texas Ranger, which I used to watch as a child on, I think the channel was called Quest, if I'm correct. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch, I'm going to be honest. There was, it was a lot of great, action and comedy in there as well, which was, quite fun to watch. And he did a really great job starring in the film, and it might have been a bit, cheesy here and there, but it was a good film overall. So yeah, that is the sad news I've got to tell you guys. But let's get into this DVD haul then. So I decided to buy 8 DVDs from the 10 for a pound charity shop. This is where I go every time I go charity shop hunting in my local town. Obviously I live in Wales, so we don't have many like CEX, HMVs and stuff like that around by me, because I'm more in the south of Wales. So I normally tend to go to charity shops because they have decent prices on DVDs and Blu-rays. I didn't find any Blu-rays this time apart from Planet of the Apes, which I already had, so I didn't pick that up. Sorry, my throat's going. So I picked up 8 DVDs overall, and the total value for them is £20, and I only paid £1, so 20 times my profit, which I can't say I'm mad about. So these are parts of this. I've already made gaps in the collection for some films to go in. There's a little sneak peek of what's to come, and we'll get straight into it then. So yeah, let's get straight into it. The first thing I picked up then was Paranormal Activity. This is to go in the horror collection, which is down there currently. This is, it's supposed to be, I've heard good stuff about this from a few TikTokers online, and I've never actually watched a review on it, because it is quite an old film, I think. But it's one of the films I think I'd be interested in watching, because I'm interested in paranormal activity and stuff. So I'm definitely going to give this a watch. As you can see, there is some writing on the case, which I think some shops do to try and take away the value of the DVD, which doesn't really do much to me, to be honest, because I can literally just replace the case itself, or I could just use an alcohol wipe and wipe it off. I think I might be able to. So as a type 1 diabetic, I do use these quite often, so they are very useful, according to get ink off as well, apparently. Good. Is there any more left on there? Let's have a quick check, shall we? That's good. So that's that one done then. So this one alone is valued at, let me just give that a bit of a wipe. This one alone is valued at, I believe, £1.50. So it's not a special edition or anything. It's just a regular old DVD, and this will be going in the horror collection next to what's it called? Prom Night, the horror movie. I'm going to put that next to this because it starts with a P. So that's the first pickup then. Yeah. The next pickup then we did was The Darkest Hour, because I've been recommended it a few times now. And it's a BAFTA winner for leading actor and Academy Award for Best Actor, with Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill, and from Joe Wright, director of A Tournament, which I also have in the collection somewhere here. I think it's down here if I'm honest. It might be on here actually, if I just give it a quick check. Tournament. Yes, I do actually have that on over there on that shelf. So yeah, this again is a film I've been looking out for a while, mainly because it stars Gary Oldman, and I'm a big fan of him from the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm trying to get all of my favourite actors' films, and he is in that list of all my favourite actors, as well as Tom Hanks, Christian Bale, and Tom Cruise, I would say, is up there as well. So yeah, this is the next film we picked up then. If you do want to do me a favour and go check out my TikTok, so if you are following me on here, it'd be good for you guys to follow me on there as well, because I don't post all the content on this channel that I do on TikTok, or all the TikTok content on there that I do on this channel. Yeah. So yeah, that's the nice disc. I've made sure most of these are in good condition. There's one exception to the rule on here, which I would say is Forrest Gump, but I'll just show you a bit of that in a minute. Let me just give you a minute. Coraline then, I know for a fact that this is worth, I knew for a fact when I went to the charity shop this was worth at least a £5, because I've seen some guys go to charity shops and they resell this as CEX for profit, and I only paid 10 pence for it. It's worth £5. I'm not going to sell it because it's from Tim, no, not Tim, what's his name? It's from director... where are you? Oh my god, where are you? Where are you? Oh, what's his name? From the director of Nightmare on Elm Street, which Nightmare Before Christmas, which is Tim Burton. That's his name, Tim Burton, who also directed a few of the Batman films. So that's why I wanted to pick this up. I do believe this is in quite good condition, so... And it does say not for resale on it, which I don't think normally used to happen a bit further back in the days. It used to say not for resale. But yeah, this is another film. So I've got Coraline, Frankenweenie. Where's Nightmare Before Christmas? Let me have a look. It's down here. And Nightmare Before Christmas. So that's 3 classics from the Tim Burton, and also I have 2 of the Batman films that he's made. So I'm getting along with my Tim Burton collection, which is a good thing overall. I did not pick up any Disney titles, I don't think, because there was a few Disney titles, but they just weren't titles I was interested in, because they weren't classics and they weren't Pixar related. So Coraline is the next one then, again valued at £5. The Rocky Picture Horror Show, this literally came up on my For You page on TikTok with a review the day I went down charity shop hunting, which was this Thursday, which was yesterday, but I didn't make a video yesterday, so I was knackered, I'm going to be honest. I was knackered today, I've had a nap, but I've got to upload this video, so I wanted to get this done for you guys. So the Rocky Horror Picture Show, yeah, I've been recommended this on TikTok a few times, and I've always just wanted to watch it. I know it looks like a bit of a weird movie in my opinion, but I've seen this on people ranking Letterboxd top 4s, and this has been quite a few of them, so it must be good if it's on that many people's top 4 on Letterboxd. I've also made a space for this, I believe. I can't remember where the space was, if I'm honest. I think it's up there by Avatar. No, it's not. It's somewhere. I can't remember. But the Rocky Horror Picture Show, again, is worth a decent amount of profit, which is £3.50 at CEX. The next one we've got is a Tom Hanks film, and then we've got another Tom Hanks film. 2 Tom Hanks films we picked up, and this one only cost a sell for £1, and I only paid 10 pence for it, so I'm not mad at that. Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies, inspired by true events. So, I've been trying to get into Steven Spielberg's cinematography. I've got quite a few of his movies now, so I've been really getting into them, and also Tom Hanks is one of my favourite actors, trying to get every one of his films. This is one I never actually heard of before, so I had to pick this up just because of the fact it's directed by Steven Spielberg and stars Tom Hanks. Looks like quite an interesting cast. So who we got? Tom Hanks, Amy Ran, Alan Aldan, is that how you say it? Yeah, so it looks quite good, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, this is quite cool. This case has a nice design on it. So we're going to have a look. So obviously it's a spy film, so I'll try and watch that at some point now, when I do my Steven Spielberg watch through. And then we've got who directed this? Directed by Robert Zemeckis. Let me just pull my chair back a bit so you don't have to see my legs. Another Tom Hanks film. This was the only exception because the first disc is not in amazing condition. So I did give it an exception, but this is, ouch, sorry, films. This is kind of a placeholder for now. It's got a bit of a scratch on the side. Don't know if you can see that little bit of dust, but I'm sure this will wipe off with a nice bit of tissue and some alcohol swabs or something like that. So yeah, that's fine. I never actually checked the additional edition because I would have picked it up even if that was in bad condition, because I'm not necessarily going to watch it. Obviously, I would love to watch it, but I'm not necessarily going to Matt to care if it's in not as well condition as the other disc. Yeah, but this hopefully it will still play. So you got some special features, scene selection, and a nice little show of what happens in the film. I always really wanted to watch this film. I have seen it on what's it called, ITVX for free. I've seen it on Netflix a few times, but I've just never really gotten around to watching it, to be honest. And this is the widescreen special collector's edition of that then. So this is obviously a placeholder. So if I get a better disc or if I get a Blu-ray, I will pick that up instead, and then I'll just donate this to a charity shop, or maybe I'll do a giveaway. So that is Forrest Gump then. And then the last two films we have are True Lies. This one again I was really excited to see in the charity shops. This one's, sorry, I didn't tell you what the Forrest Gump was worth. £2 Forrest Gump was worth. And this one again was worth £1.50. So most of these are worth an average about £1.50, which is not too bad. So this stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and is directed by James Cameron, which I own Avatar of his, and I believe that's the only film of his I own. So I wanted to pick up some James Cameron films just so I could like do an overall rating on the director himself. And I've been recommended this many times in the past. Not just, obviously, I think I got recommended it once on my TikTok, and I've just seen it around my For You page again. And this is not in amazing condition. I didn't actually check this before buying because I was in a bit of a rush, but I'm sure it will still play, and if it doesn't, it'll just be a placeholder until I find a better copy, and then I can just donate this to a different charity shop then. Yeah, so that is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis in James Cameron's True Lies. So that is the last film then, is the film I've been looking for about just as long as I've had this channel. Well, not just as long, because I haven't been, I only recently got back into Batman, probably about October, no, it was before October. I think it was probably about May last year I got back into Batman, because I've always been a big Batman fan myself. Obviously, some people prefer Spider-Man. I do like Spider-Man. It's not that I hate Spider-Man. It's just the fact that I just prefer Batman as a superhero. And yeah, I just prefer him as a superhero. And obviously, as the films, I think are better than Spider-Man films. So the one film I've been looking for a while now is the original 1966 Batman movie, and I managed to find it for 10p instead of online. I think they were asking £2 or £3 and delivery, which would have come up to about £8-9, and I was not prepared to spend that much on one DVD, even though it was a Batman film. So I managed to find it for just 10p in a local charity shop. So this, if you did want to know what charity shop this is, it's Far Place in my local town. I will try and put the tag in the description, or I will at them in the video. So if you want to go and check them out, you can go and do so, because they do have a great selection of DVDs. And yeah, so, and actually when I went there this time, I didn't see them chucking away the slipcovers, so I think they must have chucked them away last time. But if this came with a slipcover originally, I would have loved that, if I'm honest. But yeah, this is one of the films I've been looking for a while. Just like No Time to Die, I've been looking for that for a while. I was looking for that for a while, sorry, and then I found it in a charity shop, brand new, on DVD. And this is not any different, but this one I've been looking for a lot longer, and I'm really excited that I found it on DVD, and it's actually worth £4, which is a nice, decent price for this type of film. So overall, the overall value of this haul of these 8 films is worth £20. So averaging about £2 to £2.25 each. Yeah, that's good math. £2.25 each, which is a good price which is a good deal for DVDs. And obviously, I was talking to someone in the charity shop actually, and they were like, they're just so cheap, and they're gonna be, and I'm not a very conversation type of person. I don't enjoy conversations with people I barely know. But I was trying to tell them, that yeah, they are really cheap, and they're gonna hold their value they're gonna hold their value for a while, and then they're gonna just stop making them, and then the value of them is just gonna go up and up and up and up. And 10 pence for a DVD is ridiculous, but it's a ridiculously good price, And then there's some charity shops that are charging £2-3 a DVD, and then the fact that you get 10 for £1, that's a great deal. I think it's probably just because they have a really overstock, because there's a lot of people donating DVDs at the moment, and Blu-rays and 4Ks even. I found a 4K in that charity shop, which I'm really surprised at. I don't expect 4Ks to be in charity shops. I don't expect Blu-rays to be in charity shops. I still find them, which I love, because I love being able to pick them up for cheap, and I love being able to have them in the collection, obviously. But yeah, it is ridiculous how much some DVDs can be worth and how cheap they are. So if you guys are going just around your town and if you see some charity shops, maybe you pop in, have a look, just sneakily use a CEX app if you really want to. You can make a good bit of money of it, or if you are a collector like I am, which I'm sure some of you definitely probably are collectors, because this is a channel around collection, I would, yeah, charity shops are a good place to get them. I know a lot of people just go to CEX, but charity shops are a good place. If you're a DVD collector, if you're a Blu-ray collector, it might be just a common titles you find, but I do find it good that they do sell DVDs for just 10 pence. So that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I want to say a big congratulations to the TikTok for hitting over 150 subscribers now, and rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Have a blessed day, and bye bye.